Right.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. We're going to get started in just a minute. We're just going to give everyone another 30 seconds or so to sign up. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So thanks to everybody for joining us today. I am Amanda Garcia. I am the program director for the Media and Design programs. Joining us today, we have Professor Rebecca Carr, who is the associate program director for Media and Design. We also have Tamar Gregorian. She is a professor of practice for Media and Design. We also have Alexis Stone, who is our senior academic advisor, as well as Ann Conlon, who is our events coordinator. And thank you so much, Eddie and Stephen, for joining us on this webinar. Awesome. So a little bit about SOPA. So Tulane was founded in 1834 as a medical college of Louisiana, and we offered our first continuing education classes in 1886. That's 130 years where Tulane has had a commitment to adult learners. So within our media and design program, we have adult learners. We also have traditional students coming directly out of high school, and it's a really great mix. So a little bit more about SOPA. We really have a depth in online. So Stephen, I'm not sure if you're interested in taking on ground or online classes, but we do have both. And in terms of our depth of online, we've been building online courses way before COVID. And we have actual 5 instructional designers and media designers on staff who make sure that our programs are not just put online. Our courses are not just put online, but they're actually crafted online for the best learning outcomes possible. We also have award-winning programs and faculty, especially within media and design. We're super proud of our students and faculty who are working professionals in their fields and winning awards themselves, as well as our students who each year win dozens of awards at the district, regional, and even national levels. We also have a commitment to student support. So not only do we have our fabulous academic advisors, we also have career advisors and an entire student support and success staff to assist you. Also affordability and flexibility. You know, many times when people hear Tulane, they think it's going to be very pricey, which is understandable. However, SOPA does have a different tuition rate than your typical undergraduate Tulane experience. So our tuition rate is about a quarter of what Newcomb Tulane College's tuition rate is. So we're trying to remove those barriers to success for our students. And also, of course, our very large alumni network to assist in job placement, internships, et cetera. You want to talk a little bit about media and design?
Sure. Yeah, so the beauty of media and design, which is a program that we've kind of just merged a few, is that you have so many tools and so many different classes that are all related to each other. So advertising, digital marketing, graphic design, interactive, UX, UI. So we offer different certificates. We offer professional certificates, Postbac degrees, and even minors, which I think we'll get into.
So within our certificates, we have our media content areas. So we have media and design. So within media, we have public relations, digital marketing, and advertising. And all of these are professional certificates that are 18 hours, which is 6 courses. You can take more than that, but only 6 courses are required to complete these professional certificates. And then within design, we have what we call our Postbac. So this is if you already have a bachelor's degree and you're looking to either change careers or further your content knowledge in a certain area, we have a graphic design and an interactive UX UI design professional certificate that is 30 hours each or 10 courses. So when we think about our media side and we're looking at our degree requirements for those, we have about 36 credits that are required within the major, and you can have you can really dig deep into the digital media marketing, graphic design, interactive design as tracks, or public relations as your major itself. So if you want to pursue a bachelor's degree, which Stephen, I think that's where you're headed, you can get a bachelor's in digital design, and you can select whether you want to go into graphic design or interactive design as your concentration, or a bachelor's in public relations, or a bachelor's in digital media and marketing communication. These are just a couple of images we like to show to kind of give you an idea of what goes on within media and design. On the left side of this slide, you see that we typically do tours of agencies, whether that's public relations firms, whether that's advertising agencies, marketing firms, just kind of depending on our different student groups, which we're going to get into a little bit later. And then in our upper right corner, this is an image from a couple of years ago, the last time we had an in-person Addy Awards, where you can see all of our fabulous students who swept the awards that year. And then lower right is, for an agency tour. Some of our students added an agency tour. And then in the center here, this is a mural that a student, Kathy Hume, created for us in our printing lab that we kind of have chalk and stuff lying around where students kind of go in, and very interactive and fun. So when we talk about careers, and this is something that Dr. Gregorian can kind of chime in on, if you want to kind of go through some of these.
Sure. Thanks, Amanda. So careers in public relations, I know that your interest lies in graphic design, but if there's, opportunities for you to take some of our PR classes, our media classes, you can really use those combined skills in any of these and or other careers and job responsibilities. So whether that's starting out as a PR specialist or PR manager, or marketing manager, digital marketing manager even, or working in fundraising, working in special events, working, maybe solely on the publicity side. All of these are opportunities, and or you'll have opportunities to combine that, graphic design experience into, whether you're creating an invitation, for example, in PR, or managing an event. You're either going to be creating the content yourself, creating the digital content, for example, or you're going to be, or the collateral, or you're going to be working with the designer. And so it really kind of was the impetus, obviously, for, as they said earlier, combining our programs into media and design. But if you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Great. So when we're looking at careers in design, especially in graphic design, going into a career in branding. So if you're looking at creating logos, brand identities, whether that's for a digital space or a print space. Also, you'll have the opportunity to take courses in app design where we're prototyping. So we're not really working on the back end necessarily. Even in our UX track, we're really working on the front end for type and color for web. We're getting into like Adobe XD, Sketch, etc. for prototyping. Also, if you're interested in going into publications, so everything from magazines to digital publications, working for a newspaper, anything like that, book design, book jacket design, packaging. So anything in the 3-dimensional space that would be considered packaging for objects, lettering or type. We have quite a few typography courses. So if that's something that you want to dig deeper into, you have the opportunity to do so. Also, copywriting is something new that we launched about a year ago, per the request of some students and graduates and the industry. And it has just been fabulous. John Carr is our lead on that, and students just adore his classes and really take a lot from those. So like Dr. Gregorian was saying, you know, whether you are just being hired to design something, having that background in other areas such as copywriting or writing for publicity, et cetera, is such a helpful tool to help you stand out from the competition in your portfolio. Also then, you know, stepping into that like art director role at an agency or creative director role in an agency. These are all different, you know, careers, sub-careers within design, and there's many, many more. This is just kind of a high level overview. To talk about our professional organizations a little bit.
Sure. So one of our professional organizations that I am work closely with is the AIGA, the American Institute of Graphic Arts. So it's a national organization, and then there's a local chapter, and then schools can have a student chapter. And so we have a very active one. We have students that are on the board. We put on events that are student-led, like, you know, it can be like a portfolio review, but it can also be fun, like a pumpkin decorating contest, or we did like a Mardi Gras, you know, headdress kind of event. So it's really for networking. We also encourage the students to go to the local events to get to know what different agencies are out there, and, you know, meet people while they're still in school. Do you want to talk about the American app?
Yeah, so we just are launching our student chapter of the AAF, which will launch this fall, which is super exciting. And so this will afford us the opportunity to connect even more with the advertising industry. So as a designer, right, or marketer or public relations specialist, but specifically because you're interested in graphic design, you can connect with agencies who employ graphic designers, right, or marketing firms or digital agencies, et cetera. So it's great to have a student chapter so that we can organize our own events, et cetera, but then also plug in more directly with our local AAF and then regional district AAF, and then also national events that are happening. And then Tamar, did you want to hit on PRSSA?
Sure. Yep. And the same goes for PRSSA, opportunities to connect with the local chapter, the professional chapter, and then on the student level, we'll have, you know, monthly meetings, workshops, seminars. There's national, national opportunities to get involved in conferences and really extend the not only hone the profession and hone the skills, but also hone that network. And it's truly about, you know, who you know, and combine that with what you know, and then you can kind of go, you know, parlay that experience and that opportunity into the local network and the local, you know, industry, but then also go outside. Let's say you decide after school you want to move. You know, that one of the easiest ways to get involved and to kind of make friends and grow that network is to go to the local chapter of, you know, the PRSA, for example, the professional side in a different, you know, different city, different state, and connect with those colleagues as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also we have a plethora of resources. This is just 5 that we picked to put on this slide. But we have access to HubSpot for you. As an enrolled student, you have 100% access to Adobe Creative Cloud. So using your Tulane credentials, you're able to download Creative Cloud onto your own machine. Also, we use Google Analytics pretty heavily in some of our courses, Muckrack Academy, and we also have free LinkedIn Learning accounts. So LinkedIn Learning, if you're not familiar, is basically like the creme de la creme of what you would see like maybe on YouTube or Skillshare, where you're looking at tutorials. So LinkedIn Learning actually pays professionals to create these very, very beautiful video tutorials of different skills, different software tutorials. You know, they even have videos on like explanatory processes for creating a, you know, creative brief or whatever it might be. It's
how to present to a client.
Yeah.
It can be, you know, it's definitely not just software help. It is plenty of that, but there's other elements.
Yeah, soft skills and hard skills, right? Yeah, which is really great. And so that's completely free, and all of our courses utilize that.
And the Adobe Creative Cloud is also a big one to have access to all that.
Absolutely. So if you are interested in applying, it's super easy. We have an application online up there is the URL. It's $40 to complete your application, but because you joined us today, we waive that fee for you. We do need a clear image of your driver's license or any other official like government ID that's valid. And then we do need your transcripts, so either your high school transcripts, or if you started taking courses at another college, we do need those transcripts as well. To get you admitted, we do need, and to get you registered, we need your official transcripts coming directly from your high school or college. But as those are on their way, you can also upload an unofficial version of that transcript just to become admitted and to get you in the system. But we would need that official transcript coming directly to us from the institution before you can register for classes, etc. And these are a little bit about financial aid and tuition, these slides, these boxes. We get these questions a lot. And so once again, just to reiterate our cost per credit hour. So rolling into fall, it's about $576, well, it is $576 per credit. All of our courses are 3 credits, so you can do the math. And for financial aid, if you're enrolled in an undergraduate program and you're taking out federal financial aid, federal grants and loans, etc., you just need to be designated as a full-time student, which is 12 credit hours. And then we do, of course, have all those types of aid available to our students here at SOPA. So federal grants, federal loans. We're also part of the Yellow Ribbon program. And then I'm not sure this applies to you, but like we do have a 20% discount for active duty military, K-12 staff, etc. And last but not least, these are your pending deadlines. So for fall, the absolute latest that we can have everything in is August 1st. So we do have an early enrollment scholarship. So depending on if you're coming in fall or spring, et cetera, those early enrollment dates are down there at the bottom. And because of that, if you do get your items in by then, you get a $200 credit basically applied to your account. So are there any questions we can answer for you, Eddie or Stephen? Feel free to unmute yourself or turn on your, you don't have to turn on your video, but it's up to you.
No questions from me for right now.
Okay.
And Stephen, just so you know, Dr. Garcia and Professor Carr are sitting in what we call our cell lab. It's actually, I think, right across from maybe your mom's office. Is it Halima's office, like right across from the cell?
Yeah, well, it's close
It's
by.
close by. So we have like just some, if you're ever up there, we'd love for you to come check it out. It's a really cool classroom, tech enabled, obviously, but then it has some great examples of what the design students do, whether that's packaging or, magazine design, cover design. I know I probably can't speak to it as well as they can, but it's a really cool space. And that's where a lot of our design classes are held. And then there are a ton of design labs in Elmwood as well.
All right.
Hey,
I'll
Eddie.
definitely come say hi.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And see check out the labs downstairs too, because those are also really fun.
Yeah. Great. Well, let us know if we can answer any questions, or if you want to swing by for a tour, or if we can connect you with another student perhaps or something to get more information. We'd be happy to do that.
Hey, Eddie. Good
Hey
to see
there.
you.
No, I was gonna let you know. I kind of ambushed Stephen with this one because but I know that he has a huge interest in digital art. So yeah, so he probably feels a bit ambushed right now.
All right.
That's all right. Yeah.
And he's in high school still, so it's okay. He's getting his figuring out. He's got one more year, you said? Yeah, great. Yeah, so
Yep, one more.
Got lot of really great resources and the design program. I mean, I'm saying this from both sides, like it's a very strong program with students get out with a ton of experience. And I write the press releases for all the Addy Awards that they win. And it's incredible. It really is. To be a student, to be an Addy Award winning student or a gold Addy Award winning student, I mean, they're just sweeping the award programs left and right. So it's really exceptional.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, Stephen, you're more than welcome. A lot of our classes are at night, so if you want to come and sit in on a class just to get an idea of what the experience is like, please reach out to us and we can schedule that, and you can just observe what it's like.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Awesome. It was good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And
joining.
yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
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 Bye.